Welcome to the Kim D. Davis Show. Here we'll talk to the leaders in technology, culture, business, and the arts. We'll cover politics, advocacy, motherhood, writing, mental health, and mostly we'll focus on hope. Join Kim B. Davis, author, playwright, radio personality, event consultant, professional speaker on the Kim B. Davis Show. Good evening and welcome to the Kim B. Davis Show. I'm your host, Kim B. Davis, and tonight we have Mr. Eric Harp, our certified professional fitness trainer. He's going to tonight, and we're going to talk about gratitude. Good evening, Mr. Harp. How are you?
I'm doing fine. How are you, Ms. Davis?
I'm great. So we finally are at the end of 2020. Can I get an amen?
What a year.
Exactly. What a year. And it's like stuff still keeps on happening. So we know that this year has been trying for so many reasons. But one of the things that I know that has helped sustain me is being grateful.
Okay.
Having gratitude because we didn't get COVID. Having gratitude,
Yes.
that's a good one, right? Because a couple weeks ago, I had an exposure. I hadn't told anybody. I did a radio show, and someone called me the next day and said that they had tested positive. And of course, for me, all kinds of thoughts ran through my mind, like, what did I do? You know, and this is especially something just for me. I'm worried about jeopardizing my children. My husband is an essential worker. I mean, but thankfully, I was negative. So by the grace of God, we're fine.
Good.
By the grace of God, my husband was able, amen. He was able to continue to work, even though he's worked probably harder this year than he has in his entire career in the field of mental health. We were safe. Our kids were safe. You know, no, we couldn't go on vacation. No, we couldn't necessarily go and hang out at the mall or go to the movies. But we were able to do some great things at home. We had some mini concerts where we replayed concerts from YouTube and turned it into an event at our house. We were able to give the boys some opportunities to do some creative things like camping out in the backyard to try to make it feel like, you know, we were doing something different.
Okay.
And even though we were doing all of that, even though we were doing all of that, at the time, it wasn't a matter of gratitude. It was just like, what can we do to help push ourselves through? But as the holiday season came upon us, I started to reflect back over the year. And I really became very contemplative in terms of how blessed we were. And so I just want to ask you the question, were you able, or how did you maintain your sanity this year? And gratitude a part of that, because everybody's like, oh my goodness, 2020 was just rough.
True. Very true. Well, first of all, thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here. And sanity is in the eyes of the beholder. And it's rough. It's rough. I mean, there's many people who have lost loved ones. Um, it's definitely rough. Surprised to hear of your close contact.
I'm sorry, I didn't tell you.
Well, unfortunately, this is something that we all have to reconcile. What do we do in a situation like that? We don't want to panic. We don't want to panic others, but we have to be honest. We have to be straightforward. But we don't want to put the cart before the horse.
Right.
You know, so we definitely want to make sure that we're tested. We want to make sure that once we have those results, then we follow the medical advice. But we definitely need to reach out and inform those that we are close to and have contact with. It's a rough job to do any contact tracing, so I don't envy anybody who does that. Now, outside of that, maintaining sanity. For me, my work. I find pleasure in it, but it allows me to be active, allows me to encourage others to be active. Um, that's on the physical part. The spiritual part, oh, find your higher power.
Amen.
Find God, get a relationship with the Lord.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to realize that there's something much bigger than us, and reconcile with that as well. Um, Listen, there's no one path, but gratitude. We have to be thankful. We have to be thankful. We're here, we're breathing, we're standing, we're able to do something, we're able to move, we're able to inspire, we're able to help, and we're able to be helped. So we have to be thankful. And I hope that we can take this time to reach out to one another and build some better relationships. Um, we need each other. In a time like this, we really need each other. There's too many people dying alone. There's too many people quarantining alone. There's too many people just going through this entire experience alone, haven't been checked on. Um, you realize sometimes where your friends are, where your loyalties are. There's a lot of things going on, and we need to find that higher power, and we need to find that outlet. Outlet.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I
Mm-hmm.
hope that answers your question. Because
It
2020
did.
has been a roller coaster.
It really has, and I don't even like roller coasters, so it feels like we're all hanging upside down, like the roller coaster stopped, and they're like trying to get the man to fix it so he can get us back down, and we're all hanging down like, can we get out? But
We're
you
all
talked about
we're all
go
like
ahead.
George Jetson. Stop this crazy thing.
Yes. So, but you talked about having an outlet, and your job as a certified professional trainer, fitness trainer, allows you the opportunity, of course, to work with other people, but also to maintain your own physical fitness. Now, we've talked about this all year, Eric, and so I know this will sort of be a repeat, but why is physical fitness important?
Well, besides all of the health benefits, um,
Yes,
well, not to make light of it, there's just many health
right.
benefits. Um,
Mhm,
Live longer, stronger, um,
mhm,
overall health. But the clarity, the the I got that off my shoulder feeling.
mhm,
That's what physical exercise can do for you.
mhm.
It makes you just feel like I can do anything. It makes you feel like, wow, that wasn't so tough. What's next? No, that sense of accomplishment, that sense of meeting that challenge head on.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, there's many benefits. I mean, we can go on and on and on, but I definitely encourage get the blood going.
And I'm glad that you said that, because one of the things that I've told people, I said this year, 2020, has been a year of growth for me, where I've had opportunities for different things to be tested in my life that I would never have imagined prior to 2020. And so I would imagine many people who were able to go to the gym prior to 2020, and where if you lived in a certain area where your gym was shut down, consistently for most of the year, you probably have struggled in trying to figure out what it is that you can do. For other people, depending on if you live in a state where guidelines were a little bit lax, but people were out and they weren't wearing masks, and you were trying to wear your mask and trying to do all the things that you were supposed to do. Again, how it becomes a struggle in trying to keep yourself healthy and as you said, mentally sane and mentally stable. Do you think that this year was a year of growth for people? Was it a year of growth for you?
Well, you better grow. You better grow somewhere. um, I mean that seriously. I mean, if you haven't learned that this is a problem and have overcome some smaller problems to attempt to tackle this big problem, every day is a challenge.
Mhm.
You make it through every day, and that's why we need gratitude. That's why we need to be thankful. But once you
Mhm.
make it through every day, we just keep going. Um, as far as gyms, locations, the there are many gyms that are closed. There are many gyms that are open. Um, doesn't have to be a gym to get physical exercise, but again, depends on your weather, your location, your ability to get outside. Um, my particular gym is open. I'm at the Forum Fitness Center in Westland, Michigan. It is open. Social distancing is not a problem at this time. However, there are people who have very big concerns.
Mhm.
There are certain facilities that are not available to be open, like steam rooms and saunas and smaller areas like that. Some pools are open, some hot tubs are open, and it's a matter of choice. Um, at my gym, we provide sanitized towels to wipe down equipment. We encourage masks. Um, again, we encourage social distancing. Many of our options and amenities are not available due to the COVID restrictions, but the ability to come in and work out is something there. And there are people,
Okay.
many people who take advantage of it. But I do understand that there are many people who are canceling, who are letting
Mhm.
memberships lapse. Um, economic situations and not allowing people to have the luxury to pay for a monthly membership. Um,
Mhm.
and there are many factors, but nothing is impossible. And that's what I want to stress. It's not impossible. Difficult, but not impossible. And where there's a will, there's a way. And I'm not saying that to say cliches. I'm saying that when there's a will, there's a way. If you want to get up,
Mhm.
get outside,
Mhm.
walk around, enjoy the sunshine, put a jacket on, put a coat on, walk the dog, get some exercise, move around. If you can run, run. If you can ride a bike, ride a bike. If you can stay inside and get on the floor and do some leg lifts or bicycle kicks, we need to do something. You know, some squats, down ups, push ups. Listen, there's many things to do. Again, not to make light of anything, it's not hard to get over the hump. It's that
Mhm.
penultimate step. It's that step right before the big step.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
and that's where many of us struggle with is that it's not the big step, it's that step right before the big step. And
Exactly. Mhm.
and we just need to break through that wall. I encourage anyone, break through that wall. Those challenges that you have, break through that wall. Do your best. Lean on your support. Take somebody with you. You
Mhm.
can go to the gym, take a friend, hold each other accountable, walk around a track together, talk while you walk.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's therapeutic. It's very therapeutic.
It reinforces that connection. It gives you that outlet that you're looking for.
Yes.
And I know this sounds like a broken record. You know, many people have gained lots of weight this year. That COVID 15, I call it the COVID 25. Um, a lot of people now, because we've been in COVID for a while, we know that underlying conditions like diabetes, obesity, heart disease, and of course, if you have anything cancer related or like lupus or anything like that,
Oh,
um, yeah, you have to be very careful. But for people that have gained weight, what is a good exercise for people? And I know there's no one size fits all, but what would you tell somebody who's listening to this or who's watching it and says, you know what, I gained 25 pounds. I do want to do something, but I don't really know what to do.
well, again, my first suggestion is to move,
Okay.
is to get up, walk around, get around the block, park a little further from your destination. to, to turn it into a challenge. For those who can walk around the mall that may be open, walk around the mall, get some exercise. I mean, we have to turn the I can'ts into, well, I think I can.
Mhm.
And then once we do the I think I can, then we'll do it. I definitely know I can. It's a process, but we have to take that first step. And as far as gaining weight, unfortunately, we have put so much emphasis on the numbers on the scale.
Mhm.
Um, that's part of it, but overall health is what we're most concerned about. And so, what we need to do is just to get up, move around, get that blood flow, let the body do what it does. Then we can go ahead and sculpt. You don't have to come to a person like myself. Uh, of course, my business, I would love it if you do. Uh, you don't have to come to a person like myself, but we have to find some way to move. And once we do that, then we can go on how we can keep it going, how we can keep it going. But we have to find some way to move. And the inspiration to do it, hey, that 25, let's lose it. Well, let's get it done.
Right.
It's for those of us who still have those weddings, who still have those graduations, who still have those, well, it's going to be a small gathering, but it's still going to be a gathering.
Mhm.
Get it together.
Mhm.
Do your
Mhm.
best. I would much rather see people go for it, and not make it than to not try it all.
Well said, brother. So, one last question for you. So, you had said earlier that physical fitness, your outlet, gave you mental clarity. Can you talk a little bit more about how having good physical fitness habits can increase our mental well being?
Well, our bodies, it's a unit. It's a complex machine, and when the mind's not right, the body's not right.
Say that again
When-
for the people in the back.
Okay, for the people in the back, the body is a complex machine, and when the mind is not right, the body is not right.
Mhm.
Okay,
Mhm.
so when the body gets right, make an attempt to get that body right, and watch how that mind gets right.
Mhm.
Now we can get that mind right and get a little too much in our heads, and then we forget about the rest of our bodies, and that's a little easy to do.
Mhm.
But once we get that body going, it's amazing how you'll find that it clears the mind. It kind of makes some of those problems melt away, kind of makes some of those superficial things become superficial. Um, give it a shot. Give it a shot. There's many things you can choose. Why not choose this one? And I'd like to say one thing. We got
Sure.
a good friend, both of us, David Johnson.
Yes, we do.
David, DJ lost a foot,
Yes, he did.
but David got a new foot.
Yes, he does.
And Dave is working with some physical therapists, and so he's going to be doing some exercising. He has a little extra motivation, and I love him.
Mhm. I
Oh,
do.
you do too. And
Mhm.
I know when he hears this, God bless, God speed, and
Mhm.
a little physical therapy. It's going to be tough. It's not going to be easy, but it's definitely going to be worth it.
It absolutely is. And thank you for sharing that because that is true. Dave is one of those people who is very private about what was going on with him. And the thing about it is, so many of us have so many things going on with us, you don't know. And so I always tell people, be kind. You never know what someone is going through. But Dave is a great example of having underlying issues, having lost his foot, and now is coming through on the other side. And he's still moving forward. He didn't let that, push him down where he was just like, nope, this is it. I'm done for. He is seriously trying to move forward. So
Right.
again, God's blessings to him that he can heal and get back to his old self because I miss my brother.
I do too. Let me tell you, if we could end on a good note,
Yes,
folks, it's a process. It's
yes,
a
it is.
process.
It is.
Enjoy the process. Enjoy the process and gratitude. Many of us, we wait until the grand finale and then we want to be thankful. We
Mhm.
have to be thankful along the way. We have
That's
to
right.
be thankful along the journey too, because there are ups and downs, and we're going to be thankful for those downs too, because they're going to teach us. They're going to teach us some things, and hopefully 2020 has taught everyone a lesson, and 2021 we'll take those lessons and move on.
So here is my very last question to you, Eric.
Yes.
What are you looking forward to in 2021?
Ooh, since that segue was already led there. Um, Personally, I'm looking for some kind of return to our normal way of life, um, whatever that means, where we can coexist together. Um, of course, I would like world peace and harmony and all that, um, but I think it's time for some soul searching.
Mhm.
Um, with all the various protests that we've been going on through the last couple years, many factions and groups and separations. Now we all have something that we have in common, and that's this COVID-19.
That's right.
And pretty soon, the vaccination, whether you decide to take it or not, is part of our lexicon now.
Mhm.
So hopefully that we can get back together and get through this together, and everybody will start moving and get
Right.
healthy. Come see me. Come see me. We'll get a workout plan together. Eric Harp 9, gmail.com. Holla at me.
Thank you, Mr. Hart. Now tell us where we can reach you on social media. Yes.
Eric Harp 9 at gmail.com. You
Now, what
can
if
reach
people
me,
see you
you
on
can reach
Facebook?
me on Facebook, Eric Harp. You can find me ERICHARP. Check the bald head. You will see me. Listen, you can find me there as 2021 comes on. I'll be having a little more set up so that I can work a little more globally with your constituents here, and we'll get something going through the Kim B. Davis show, and we'll make it happen. But for right now, Eric Harp 9 at gmail.com. Talk to me.
Thank you so much, Mr. Hart, for coming on the Kim B. Davis Show. We are almost there. I want to wish you and your family a happy new year and prosperity and peace and many, many blessings.
And the same to the Davis family and to the rest of your world. We'll
Thank you.
see you soon.
See you soon.
Bye
Thank you
bye.
for watching the Kim B. Davis Show. Thank you for tuning in this year. It's been an incredible year. And next year, we hope that you will continue to join us as we have some more exciting shows. Next year, we're going to be talking lots and lots about self-awareness and mental health. So don't forget, join us on the next episode of the Kim B. Davis Show. And as always, remember, be magnificent.